Before you move to the UK as a dependent this 2024, please make sure you watch this video and be prepared because a lot is going on right now at the UK Immigration Board, especially with dependents arriving in the UK. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Fajira. If you're joining me for the very first time, I'm so happy to have you and my beautiful family. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for always coming back to watch my videos. I really do appreciate. God bless you. If you're new to this channel, I create content on how you can migrate to the UK, jobs with visa sponsorship in the UK immigration updates, live in the UK, scholarships in the UK, like everything you can think about the UK. So if you're someone who is interested in such content, do hit on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, so each time I upload a new video, you're definitely going to be the very first person to see that video. So guys, let's quickly dive right into today's video. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing some immigration questions they are asking dependents now on arrival. So if you have any dependents that is yet to arrive in the UK, or you are currently applying with your dependents to move to the UK on the care worker visa, please do like and share this video with them. Or if you have any friend this may benefit them, to share this video with them as well. So one of the things I do on this channel is get questions from people who have just arrived. I just want to say a big thank you to all my beautiful viewers and also my subscribers who sent me their questions, the questions that were asked at the point of entry. I just want to say thank you very much because this is actually helping a lot of people. And if you have been following me on this channel, you will see that I've created a lot of content about these questions. It's very important for you to watch all the editions of the immigration questions and answers I have shared on this platform. So in today's video, as earlier mentioned, I'm going to be sharing some questions with you. So in case you have your dependent or you're currently a dependent who is still overseas that is planning to move to the UK, please make sure you are very prepared. When I mean you're very prepared, because in as much as the UK government wants to cut down net migration, they are looking out for every other means they can use to cut down net migration. I don't want you to be affected because you're not prepared. So a few of my viewers arrived in the UK last week and they were able to send me their questions, which are some of the questions I'm going to be sharing here in this video. So just in case you don't know where a dependent is either a wife or maybe children of someone who is already in the UK working, or maybe if you have gotten your visa or you've got your COS and you're planning to move to the UK and you plan to move with your dependent. But a few people have moved without moving with their dependents. They come here to sort out stuff and later their dependents joins them in the UK. Now, because the Home Office is trying to cut down net migration, like we know, from the 11th of March, care workers and senior carers are not allowed to apply for their visa with their dependents. So most people who are currently in the UK now are applying for their dependents to join them. Now, there is this question that people have been asking: how about those that are already in the UK on the care worker visa? Will they not be allowed to bring their dependents? They'll be allowed to bring their dependents. The first question they asked the dependents was, what type of care does your husband do? And you know, on the visa that you're coming in, you know, the 3 months visa they give you to come into the UK to join your family. Now, on that visa, it usually have the COS number of the main applicant. So before they ask you any of this information, they already have the details of the main applicant. So if you make any mistake, then it's going to be a problem. Now, when they ask that question, what kind of care does your husband do? Fortunately for this dependent that was arriving in the UK last week, the husband was working in their country as a nurse and got a senior carer position in a care home, a big care home in the UK. So when they ask that question, because there has been communication, which is why I always advise couple, always make sure you're communicating everything with your partner, because at any point there is a break in communication and the dependent is meant to travel to the UK, there will be a lot of things that may trigger more questions. So when they ask this lady about the kind of care the husband does, because she knows exactly what her husband does, she replied them and told them that the husband is working as a senior carer, that the husband was a nurse in their country and got a senior carer role in the UK, and that was it. Now, so you have to be very sure of the kind of care your partner is doing, because at any point you're not sure of the care that your partner is doing, it's going to be a big problem for you if they have arrived in the UK before you. Now, the next question they asked this person was, is he a care home or agency he is working for? And like I said, it's a big care organization that he got a job as a senior carer. She was able to answer the immigration officer and told them the company that the husband works with. The next question they asked this dependent was, what is the location and the city of the care home? Now, this is not the person that is coming to work. Remember, This is a dependent to the senior carer that is already in the UK. When they asked this question, fortunately for her, she knows the city the husband works in. One thing she did that she told me was to have a copy of her husband's COS. I've never mentioned this in my video before, but when she told me at Fajira, I had a copy of the COS, so it was easy for me to look at it while I was on air, because I don't want any immigration trouble. I hasn't seen her husband for almost 2 months, and because of the new rules and everything, just had to move immediately. So she had a copy of that in her suitcase, and she was just looking at it. That when they asked her what's the name of the care home, of course she already knew the name of the care home. It wasn't a problem, but just having that on the flight helped her to, like, she already had it in her mind, so it wasn't even a big deal. Next question they asked this dependent was, when did your spouse arrive in the UK? Now, this is why I always remind couple to always make sure that you're updating the other person, because if there was a communication breakdown, now she would have been thinking, oh, when did he arrive? Also, immediately they asked her, she told them. And from what she told me, as they were asking her the question, they were looking at the computer, and that's to tell you that they have brought up the details of the main applicant, and at any point that these details is not correct, it's going to be a problem. Now, another thing you need to be aware of that she said she was asked, because she hasn't changed her name, she's still bearing her maiden name, and she's not answering her husband's name yet. So what they used in applying for their visa was just their marriage certificate and some other supporting document. Now, the question this immigration officer asked her, what is the full name of your husband? Bearing in mind that they've got it ready on their system. So for those that may not know the full names of their husband, this is the best time to ask them, is there any name you have that is on your documents or on your visa or on anything that I'm not aware of? If they have any names like that, they should declare it and let you know what their full names are. I've never heard this particular question from any of my viewers that they were asked, but you know, when the names are not the same, like me, I'm still bearing my maiden name and I've just added my husband's name to my name. Now, when the names are not the same, immigration officer may be thinking that something funny has happened. Of course, she's been married to him for the past 2 years. She already knew the names of her husband, so she called the names for them. The next question that followed after that one was, what is his date of birth? So for those of you that don't know the birthday of your partners, this is the best time for you to find out. If you are somebody that used to forget, don't forget. If you're moving to the UK, make sure you know, because these questions are asked randomly. Like, I usually get most questions from my beautiful viewers when they arrive. You can see that they ask Mr. A similar question with Mr. B, and Mr. C may have a different question completely. So always make sure that you're prepared for anything. And the next question they asked her after that, when she told them the date of birth of her husband and everything, was, do you know where you're going to? She told them, and they now asked her if anybody was going to pick her from the airport, and she said yes, that her husband is already at the airport waiting for her at arrival. So her husband is going to pick her up, and they were like, welcome to United Kingdom. They now stamped her passport. So you can imagine if this was somebody that didn't know anything about this man, it would have been a big problem. So please, before you move to the UK this 2024 as a dependent, these are just some of the questions. So I'm going to leave the other videos in the description box below, so you can go back and watch those videos very well. So when you're leaving your country to the UK, you know you're already prepared for any question that you are asked. I met the girl at my place of work a few days ago, and she was like, oh, Fajira, thank you for your video. Almost all the questions you had in that video, she even told me the particular video that she watched her video over and over. She was asked almost all the questions I mentioned in that video. So please make sure you watch my previous videos on that. I'm leaving them in the description box below, and also be prepared before you move to the UK. And for those who are currently in the UK waiting for dependents to arrive, please share this video with them and make sure you're sharing every information with them. Make sure you're sharing everything you need to share with them. Okay, so guys, this brings us to the end of today's video. If you find this video helpful, please do like and share this video with your friends and loved ones. Someone may also find it helpful. If you're yet to subscribe to join our beautiful family, please do hit on that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, so each time I upload a new video, you're definitely going to be the very first person to see that video. Until I see you in my next video, guys, do take care and have a lovely day. Bye for now.